Well, hello there. Well, we are here in a new year. And with a new year, a whole new pack of stupidity is about to ensue in 2020. Yeah. So, I hope you are all prepared for the absolute mind numbing, brain cell killing amount of dumbness and mental. I can't even think about it. Mental being devoid of mental capacity. It's already affecting me. Oh man, I tell you. So, we are here in Fort Stockton, Texas. Here off of I-10. We're about 100 or so, 130 miles east of El Paso. We are sitting here at the Flying J here on the north side of town. We made our delivery this morning. I was up at 3 a.m., left out of, where was I? I was in Roswell, New Mexico last night. I left Roswell this morning and got down here. Once I crossed into Texas, entered the Central Time Zone, so I lost an hour there. So I got to my delivery just a little around about 9 o'clock. Had some fun dealing with that, but got that done. And then, we came over here I got to the truck stop here about 10:30, roughly. And I've been parked here ever since, and I'll be here till Monday. So we are getting some dinner made. I believe I put into the description for this what we are doing. We are doing a grilled chicken with butter and a bit of garlic and some. We're gonna grill that up. We are also going to be making some mashed lima beans. And we're going to do a little bit of pasta with a butter and Parmesan, sauce. And the grilled chicken will have a little bit of tomato sauce on it. Kind of, I don't want to say burnt on, but kind of condensed down and made a little bit, concentrated. But we'll show you that. So for right now, let me move this out the way here. Let me go. So we got a bit of chicken here. The chicken was frozen. I didn't take it out in time. Way to go. So we got a little bit of hot water. We're kind of boiling it a little bit. We're kind of what's called par cooking. All right, we got some more people coming in. Kiana, welcome. Mike from Work Trucking, Wyoming. How you doing? Steven, Bully's Life. How you doing? We're doing good. Like I said, we're here in Fort Stockton, Texas for the night. Well, for the weekend, actually. So let's be perfectly frank and honest. We're going to be here for the weekend. We will not have a load until Monday, hopefully as early as possible. Hopefully by 8 o'clock. But we can only do what the people at the office, the dispatch gets for me. Oh, pardon me. But until that time, we will just keep doing what we are doing. I'm gonna move some stuff around here. I have been working on my permit book today. we're doing pretty good. I got a little bit of a sore neck, but take a little aspirin and try not to move my head too much. A little bit of a sore neck, but other than that, I'm doing fine. So, like I said, today was a day that I've been working on my permit book. Now, I don't know where the old one was, but my old binder for my permit book was about yay big, about a little over an inch. And things were just falling out of it. Not really being easy to use, easy to move around. Things were not all in the right place, and that's the problem when I moved into this truck. Last month, things weren't exactly organized. My other truck, I had all the papers in order. So what I did was I went and bought me a big 4-inch wide binder. And, you can see there, it is chock full. Now, that is my permits. It's the rules and regulations for some of the states. I don't have it all. I have to do a lot of downloading of that to get all the rules and regulations in there so that I have all that stuff in one place. And every sheet is getting labeled with a nice little label maker. And things are put in a logical order. So doing a lot of oversized work, doing a lot of, things that are wide, long, tall, heavy. I have to have permits a lot of times. Some of the states we have annual permits that cover up to certain sizes. And then with that, there's regulations and restrictions and rules, guidelines, and some guy in office decided that I can't go down that road because they think there's a danger on that road. Whatnot. But we will do as we can. All right. So I got things falling out here, so bear with me. All right. So I've been spending the rest of today since I got, since I got here, I've been going through, turning out labels, putting things in the correct order, and I still got a bit of ways to go. But whatnot. Pardon me. I don't know where that came from. Pardon me. So we're doing that today, and I'm going to work on that a little bit tomorrow as well. Bullies. Yes, I've delivered in New York and picked up in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, Maine. Basically, I've picked up and delivered in every single state. I may not have picked up, well, let's put it, I have made a pickup and or delivery in every state. Make sure you get that right. Hey, TJ, I put that in the description what I'm making for dinner tonight. I'm doing a grilled chicken, kind of an Italian-style chicken. I'm going to do some mashed lima beans and some pasta with a butter Parmesan sauce. Kind of like a pepperoncini, not pepper. I can't remember what the Italian is. It starts with a P. But we are working on that. There. All right. Get that over there. I have too much stuff in here and not enough room. Things are jumping out on me. All right, so we got some chicken here. I'm thawing it out by boiling it, just to help, 1, A, to thaw it out, 2, to speed up the cooking a little bit, because this would be a 3-hour vlog if I didn't do that. A 3-hour, we're going to turn that over. There we go. And all my utensils and all my tools that can fit in here fits in here. We just got to set that aside for the moment. I need a plate. There we go. Set that right there. And yes, I do wash my dishes with the disinfecting wipes. Not going to hurt anybody. I'm going to set that right there so that cannot get all discombobulated. Like I said, so we're going to be doing that. Meatloaf muffin. Oh yeah, yeah. Did the meatloaf in the pan like that? I like doing that. That's a good trick, and I will actually be able to do that in the truck now. I have a small oven. You know, it bakes. It does a rotisserie. It'll be a dehydrator. It'll slow roast. You know, so I'm going to be updating my cooking game for that. All right, so in my book here, right, my Valley Transportation Permit book, and I've made sure that on the front it's labeled, because when I go back to the shop, back to headquarters, I hand my permit book in. They go through and update everything when I get there. So, but today, going through my book, there are things that expired at the end of the year. You know, December 31st, there were several things that expired. There are three states expired: Missouri, Montana, and Oregon. Those permits have expired. The first, what is it? California will expire here in California expires on February the 22nd. Let's see, I got another one in here that's expiring soon. June, Wisconsin. I got another one that expires in January, and then my truck expires in the beginning of March. My truck registration expires in the beginning of March. So I got all that in there. I got it labeled. You know, here are the old permits, the annual permits that no longer apply. So those are getting put into the back of the book. I'm not throwing them away yet because I just want to make sure that that I'm still tracking which ones I need. So, you know, I do have it written down elsewhere, but I'm just going to keep them in the back of there just to make sure that if something happens and they didn't get my message, I can go in and just say, hey, these ones need to be ordered. So, but as far as work is concerned, that's pretty much it. But for right now, like I said, we're getting our chicken thawed out. We're going to do all of these lima beans. You know, this is probably about 3 servings of lima beans for a normal person. But for me, you know, I could down that as a meal by itself. I love lima beans. So we got a little bit, like I said, a little bit of spaghetti sauce remaining. I'll get that down. So we're going to scrape that out, use the very last little bit of that for our chicken. We have butter. We got our Parmesan. We're going to use that. We got some Italian seasoning. Pardon me. Very mucusy today. I don't know why. Might be coming down with something. All right. So, like I said, we got that set up. I mean, it's going to be a pretty mildly flavored, you know, dinner. I mean, it's not going to be super fantastic. All right. Put that out the way. So, need some black pepper. Need our Italian seasoning. We got some, I picked up some garlic powder yesterday because I need that. I'm going to put a dash of that on the chicken as well. I would use regular garlic, but it might burn, and I don't want that burnt garlic taste. So I'm going to use the garlic powder. It'll be a little bit easier to deal with. Mr. DeLeon, how you doing? Welcome in. Nathaniel, how you doing? No, the load we delivered today was a construction ramp / pad. We had a trash bin, and we had what's called like a manifold plate. You know, basically you got all kinds of places to hook hoses into, and they can shunt it to different places. So we got that delivered this morning. We brought that down from Fort Lupton, Colorado. And that's basically that's the only thing we've done in the entire week. Monday I delivered up in Colorado at Fort Collins and Frederick. And then we sat around, a couple days until Thursday where we got our load. Then, we loaded and so headed our way south. We stopped in Pueblo, Colorado. Well, we loaded in Fort Lupton, right, on the 2nd. We made it down from Fort Lupton down to Pueblo, Colorado, down to the Loves. We stopped there for the night. Then the 3rd, yesterday, we went from Pueblo, Colorado to Roswell, New Mexico, where we stopped at the Chisholm Travel Center, Travel Plaza, whatever they want to call it. We stopped there for the night. Pardon me. Hey, coming from a black girl. How you doing? Well, I can't say it's awesome, but you can say that about me if you want. I mean, yeah, I'm not being boastful or anything. Well, good to have you, and I've not seen your name before. Welcome in. Hopefully you like watching some idiot running his mouth and cooking in his truck. Like I said, we're making a little bit of an Italian grilled chicken, a little bit of pasta, and some mashed lima beans. So we're going to, it's a slow process cooking in the truck, but I enjoy it, so I like doing it. So like I said, we got our lima beans, we got our chicken cooking. We're gonna take the I'm gonna debone it, but that's gonna be one of the last things I do because it's gonna once I get it out of the boiling water, I'm gonna let it cool down so I can handle it a little bit better. Right? And I am gonna use this water that the chicken was boiling in. Now, some people would say, "Oh my God, you're gonna get salmonella." No, you're not. Don't worry about that. That's the idea of raw chicken being something is going to be something that's going to hurt you. It's not. People have been living for 10,000 years. Human beings have been cooking their food, and for 10,000 years, or 9,900 and something years, we did not have refrigeration. The food lasted. Nobody was dying on a daily basis because they ate food that was out. So the water's boiling. Any kind of bacteria in there is going to be dead. If you want me to, I'll put some bleach in there. That'll make everybody happy. Hate beans. Well, hopefully the way I do them, you might want to give it a try and see if you like it. Because I'm mashing them up like potatoes, like a mashed potato type thing, you can add all kinds of different spices or herbs or flavoring to it that you want. I like the taste of lima beans, one of my favorite vegetable. So, I can eat them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Lima beans, lasagna, and pumpkin pie. You leave me on a desert island with that, and I'm a happy guy. All right, chicken is basically done. All right. Whew. All right, so let's take a look at this. So the chicken is basically what's called, in cooking term, par cooked. It's still a little bit raw on the inside, but that's really fine. We're going to be putting it on the panini grill. We're going to take the bone out of it. We're going to leave the skin on. And we're going to let that cool for a moment. Now, I was going to use spaghetti, but instead of spaghetti, we're going to use some farfalle, little bow ties. This is my favorite brand of dried pasta, Barilla. If I could make it myself, pasta myself, I would. I don't have the room in the truck. I don't have a nice counter where I can knead the dough. So I may get a pasta machine that'll do that for me, but most of those don't really make great pasta. All right, so we're going to add a little food escape here. Little dry pasta decided to escape there. All right, so add a little more water to that. This water was boiling. I boiled it in here first because trying to boil, start from scratch to boil it in an open pot with this this hot plate is not really that great. So we use the kettle. It can keep the pressure, raise the temperature. It can boil the water a lot faster than this can, and guarantee that you do so. Why are you people not able to park? Oh. All the room in the world to get into a parking spot, and they can't do it. Oh, my lordy, lordy, lord. I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Just being a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parking spaces to get into, all right next to each other. Nothing on his driver's side. And he can't get into a parking spot. Well, I got a Kenworth W900 on my right side. I got my trailer. My trailer is back over the curb onto the gravel behind me. Oh my goodness. Then he basically just has to pull all the way around. Oh my God. Oh, why did you make it so hard? If you spend a little more time learning how to drive instead of growing a beard, maybe you gotta be a truck driver. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Like I said, I guess I'm just too arrogant to understand how people have a problem parking. Oh, well, whatever. All right, so we're going to par cook some of this. So I'm basically just taking a nice big handful into half. We're going to cook some farfalle. We're going to get this cooked to it being a little bit soft. Then we'll do the lima beans. The chicken will go on the panini grill. Then I will attend to the sauce for this at the very last moment. And then while everything is waiting to be finished together, the chicken and the lima beans will be in the microwave where they can stay warm. Yeah, trailer truck. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I guess my approach to learning is different enough that I don't need somebody to teach me how to do something so elementary. And I think it primarily goes back to the way that these mega companies are hiring drivers, and 2, training drivers. If you are running a CDL school as a trucking company, that's red flag number 1 for me. Number 2, being allowed by the individual states to do the CDL test. And then just goes, what's going to happen? These guys are going to be pencil whipped through their CDL training. They're pencil whipped through the test, and then they're put on a truck so that some guy who's been out there for 3 months is now a trainer. He's a professional truck driver. He's got all the experience in the world that you need. I don't get it, but like I said, but that's one of the reasons when I have an empty truck or a really light load, I put my back tires of my trailer up on the curb if I have room, because I want to be back. I'm a good 5 feet, 6 feet back from how far this Kenworth's at. The Kenworth is way out there. He's got the same size trailer as I do. He's got basically the same length of truck I do, but he's got a load of steel coil. He's got a load of coils on there. So, he's got the rod about yay big around, all wound up. He's got, 8 or 9 of those rows on his truck. So he's got a load on. He can't put his tires back up on there. I have no load right now, so I got myself back as far as I can. And it's precisely because of guys like this. I mean, he was like a foot away from the front of that Kenworth. Ugh. Scares me. Simply scares me. Yes. Like I said, this guy needs to spend a little more time not worrying about how long he can get his beard, a little more time learning how to park. Mr. Douse. Yes, I am on Facebook. Just type in This Trucker's Life. That should bring that up. Happy New Year, Mr. Douse. Thank you very much. I can use all 3 of those things, especially number 1, number 2, or number 3, then number 2. Number 2 is the last one that I even think about worrying about. And I will take the first one definitely whenever I can. The second one, if a good Lord allows me, and then the third one, if I'm blessed enough to have that. And it also, BG, just go to my YouTube page. My email is on there, thistruckerslife@gmail.com. Hit me up there, and I'll send you the links for all the social media, the Instagram, the Facebook, and Twitter. I think they're under my personal name, but I don't know anymore. I just sent stuff off, so whatnot. All right, so we got I need a lid here. Yeah. All right, so our pasta is boiling there a little bit. So we're just gonna move around. They will get a little bit of chicken flavor from the chicken fat that's on there. So we're gonna cover that up, get that to boil a little bit better. Like I said, we're gonna take that out. We're just gonna put it on the plate. Yes, it's gonna stick together, but we're gonna fix that once we get the mashed lima beans done and the chicken grilled up. Once we do that, then we can attend to the sauce, the Parmesan cheese sauce, for the pasta. So, but we got to do things in a couple different stages. Not exactly the way we want to do them. I'd rather do them all together at specific times, but I don't have the power to do that. But we will do as we can, and like I said, this is how I cook in a truck. Now, a lot of guys will get the little 12-volt, one pot things, the little lunchbox cooker. Pardon me. Man, I need a haul. Pardon me. That's annoying, and I do apologize for that. I might be coming down with something. I've been from cold to hot. It was 55 degrees down here today in Fort Stockton. So compared to the 0 degrees and teens that I've been in for recently. So all right, hopefully that should help. Hopefully. All right. But like I said, a lot of guys, if they do cook anything in a truck, they're cooking with the little 12-volt things, the little lunchbox cooker or the slow cooker. I think there's an air fryer now that guys are using. Most guys will just have a microwave and they'll nuke everything. Little lunchbox, little Stouffer's meals, or little bowls of chili or soup. And they just heat things up in the microwave and they call that food. Woo. All right. Well, we got that. We got that to boil. All right. We still got a little ways to go. All right, so we got that temperature up just like we need to. All right, hang on. Here's my towel right there. I'm going to set this off to the side. But I don't like that. I don't like Geek Family. How you doing? Welcome in. I've seen your channel before. I think I watched one video, but I do apologize. Knowing how YouTubers, especially those like me that will subscribe to everybody that subscribes to them, I do not get to watch as many channels as I want. Life being life, I do apologize for that, but I believe I watched one of your videos a little while ago. But we're making a little dinner in the truck. Yeah, but today, Mike, with the having an APU, having an inverter, I can plug all my standard household appliances in, as long as they are below the range. Well, Geek Family, at least you're honest about it. There, I'm a hardcore subscriber. I'm a hardcore watcher. I got a third of them done. Yeah. Hey, just do it. Like I tell everybody who asks me about it, do it because you enjoy doing it. Nothing else. Don't do it for anybody besides yourself. Do it the way you want to do it. If anybody comes along for the ride, outstanding. I think I got 695 subscribers as of this past week, which is, I'm amazed by that. And yes, I am wearing my Melton shirt. I used to work at Melton. I was there for a year before I came over here to Valley Transportation. So I didn't just steal it to look cool. Well, I need all the help I can get, but there you go. All right, so we are, let's get back to my thing here. Most guys cook in the truck. When they do, they're using the 12-volt stuff or just a microwave. Now, only when you get to those truckers who have a longer sleeper than your standard truck sleeper. They have a custom sleeper, like Crafty Trucker, like Trucker Review Channel. They have long sleepers. They have custom sleepers. So they have full countertops. They have, room to maneuver and do those things a lot more easily than I do. One day I might get there if I'm lucky. But as it is, I make do with what I got. But because I have the APU, the auxiliary power unit, basically a generator, provides heat, provides AC, provides electricity. I have an inverter that allows me to have power either from the battery or from the APU, which allows me to use, a hot plate, a panini grill. Let me get that right here. A standard household panini grill. Standard plug, standard outlet plug. As long as the power as long as the power requirements are low enough, pardon me, as long as the power requirements are low enough, I can use almost any household appliance. I have a rice cooker, I have an Instant Pot, a hot plate, panini cooker, I have a stick blender, I have a microwave, and I just got a combination rotisserie. Well, let me get it right here. Here we got it. We got the. This is, I picked this up at Walmart, right? And it of course it's got somebody's famous name on it, so it's not an endorsement of this particular person, but Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 Plus. And it has a rotisserie. It's a dehydrator. It'll dehydrate. It'll roast. It'll bake. It'll toast. It'll wax your car. It'll raise your children. It does everything. You know, even though most of those things are the same exact thing, you know, just at a different level. You know, different heat level, different time level. But for $150, it wasn't too bad. Well, the way I like to eat, definitely I do save that amount. Like I said, I typically spend no more than $60 a week. That includes toiletries. That includes medication, if I need any. You know, if I need to buy some aspirin or, you know, some supplements or whatever, you know, for health. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I enjoy cooking. When I had a actual apartment, a room, a house, whatever you would call it, I had a pretty extensive kitchen. But I like cooking, so, you know, I don't see it as anything out of the ordinary. I don't think I have a slotted spoon here. No, I don't. I thought I did. Well, whatever. And so a little bit of water ain't gonna kill it. All right. I got a ladle here. Here we go. All right, so we're just gonna scoop that into a cup to keep, because we don't want to get too soft. I like my pasta a little bit al dente, so, you know, just a regular coffee cup. Well, a little bit larger coffee cup, but, you know, whatnot. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, this is in the water I boiled the chicken in, so there's a little bit of fat in there. A little bit of chicken flavor in there. Dump most of that water out. Okay. Oh, here's my towel. Forgot I got it under here. All right. Now I'm going to pour the rest of the hot water from the kettle in there. All right. Wipe that off. Set that off to the side. There we go. Put that right there. Isn't going to hurt nobody, no way, no how. Wipe that off real quick. There we go. So now we got that on maximum heat. We're going to get our lima beans in. And this is a lot of lima beans. There's my hand for scale. That's about typical 3 servings for most people. We're going to dump it all in because we're going to mash this. So that goes in the trash. There we go. Get that in there. We're going to add a little bit of salt. That's going to help the lima beans to cook a little bit faster. And you notice I did not salt my my pasta. Normally I would if I was going to eat it in a different way. This way I don't want that extra salt. Right. So now we just put that pan on there. We're going to get that pressure raised up in there. We're going to get that back to boiling. All right. that out the way. All right. Yeah, chicken's cooled down enough. So we are going to get the bone out of this chicken here. This is a full chicken thigh. Where's my container? There it is. All right. Well, I do need to get out a fork. So we'll set that right there. Keep an eye on that for me. All right. Put that right back where it belongs. There we go. So we got our cutting board. Well, for a fowl trying to escape. And we're just going to use a small paring knife. And because this is partially cooked, it'll be easier to debone. Like this here. There we go. Like I said, this is a full chicken thigh with the skin and the bone. It is still a little bit raw on the inside. Like I said, I only parboiled this. There we go. Throw that away. There we go. Clean my hand off here. So like I said, we're gonna cut it just a little bit so it lays a little bit more flat. There we go. So we get that flavor through as much as we can. Stick all that back on there. There we go. There we go. Get in there. Do not want to waste it. Do that right there. And we're going to take our disinfectant wipe here. And this is how we wash the dishes on the truck. Kills 99.9% of all viruses and bacteria. At least that's what it claims. So this is no different than your, and I'm using the outside of the towel, not the side that had the chicken on it. So don't complain. The inside of the towel is where I had the chicken, so no problem. All right. That's now clean. All right, set that away. So now comes the part, we'll leave that plate like it is. Well, let's be fancy. Use a nicer plate besides plastic. We'll use a ceramic plate for our dinner. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of black pepper, peppercorn medley. A little bit there. We're going to take a little bit of regular McCormick's garlic powder, just a touch. Just a touch. We don't want to garlic it up too much. And a little bit of Italian seasoning, also McCormick. Just going to sprinkle just a little tiny bit on. We're not trying to just tap that in, flip that over, wipe my hands off again. A little bit of blood, and juices on the plate, nothing too bad. It's a little more black pepper on the skin side. Stick that right there, I think. Yep. Now we're going to get these lima beans really, really soft. All right, so a little bit of touch of garlic powder. Like I said, just to give it a hint. We're not trying to blow it out with, oh my God, that's amazing flavor. We're just trying to give it a hint because we still got, the tomato sauce to put on at the end, which is the primary thing. I don't have the room. So you're going to tap that in. We're just going to set this over to the side right there. And yes, I will be wiping the plate off before I put my cooked chicken back on it. So don't worry about that. Clean up and I'm not worried about the stuff getting onto the floor. I'm going to vacuum the floor later. Cutting board is now clean. There we go. Like I said, use the outside of the towel. There we go. Cutting board is clean. There we go. We can put that away now. There we go. And because we have put things in the best possible place, now we can put some other things away. Since I'm doing most things in the pot here, I don't need any other pots or pans. Pots and pans. Even have a cast iron pot and pan, which I just picked up last week. Hey, Geek Family, you have a good one. This will be on the on the channel forever. So tune in anytime. All right. Now plates, pots, pans. You got to cram them in where you can. All right. That's not going to work there, but stick that up in there. Okay. We'll make it fit. All right, so I want a spatula so I can scoop out the tomato sauce. Being next to the hot plate is helping it. Let that boil a little bit. So we're going to put the garlic powder away. We're going to put the black pepper away. We don't need the Italian seasoning anymore. So we get that in there. Pardon me. All right, we're going to leave those out there. We're going to put our pasta away. We're still going to need the salt a little bit for the lima beans at the end. We'll throw that up there. We don't need that anymore. But other than that, it's not too bad. Cooking in a truck is a lot easier than people make it seem. I mean, if you haven't seen the other videos of me cooking in the truck, you see I do all kinds of stuff. Cornish game hen, corned beef hash, chili dogs, soup. It all works. All right. So lima beans are doing A-okay. They got to boil up to be pretty. I want to get them really, really soft. Most vegetables I want to have, just basically steamed. I want them just to be heating through. But lima beans are one of those things that I love as soft as I can get them. All right, let me. Got to do a little trick here. All right, so if you're ever boiling something that has a bit of starch in it, you'll get the boil over. Well, got a couple of bamboo chopsticks here. We're gonna cover this up a good amount, but we can regulate a bit more because we can slide this back and forth and have it sit properly. So I can watch it. I can actually see the water in there. And at the same time, pardon me. But at the same time, I can watch it. I can raise that pressure up in there a little bit, help to control, how much it boils, and really make it good. All right, so here's one of our pastas. It's a little bit firm. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's a little bit firm. All right, Mike, you have a good night, sir. Hope you enjoy your dinner as well. God bless everybody. All right. All right, well, If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in while I got a little bit of time before doing anything else. More than happy to answer. Get some things put away here because I don't need everything sitting out while I'm not going to use it. There we go. There we go. iPad. Deal with that later. All right. But this is the exciting part. The waiting for things to, come together. All right, that's starting to boil a little bit more. All right. So like I said, we're going to put the chicken thigh onto the panini grill. We're going to get some real good, nice brown color onto it. We're going to put a little bit of butter on it, just a touch, not a whole lot, just a touch of butter. And then we're going to, when we're nearly done, we're going to put some tomato sauce on there, some good old classico, get the reflection there, traditional sweet basil. We're gonna put that on there. Why is this inverter was acting up? Oh, come on. The inverter is acting up on me. I don't know why. I hope it doesn't ruin my dinner, but I don't know why the APU is not working. There it goes. All right. Now the power's come back on. The APU shut down for a little bit because the batteries were fully charged, so the APU shut off. All right. Minor inconvenience. Okay, I apologize for that. But, all right. Like I said, we pretty much got everything at the prep stage. Like I said, we got to wait for our lima beans to get really nice and soft. And we're going to, I doubt it's going to be anywhere near ready, but almost ready. They're not quite there, but they're going to be there. Not to worry. All right. So like I said, we got everything pretty much is set to finalize the cooking. We're going to mash the lima beans up. I need a way to do that, which we're going to use a coffee cup and a fork, a little bit of water. We're just going to do that. Stir it till it mixes up. Add a little bit of water as we need to. I don't know why that wants to be a problem. All right, let's take it like this. There we go. I don't know why the APU is acting that way, but I mean, the inverter's acting up. I don't know why. I mean, the APU is on. Let's turn that off. Let's see if that helps. I don't know why, but it is. Getting some kind of extra draw. I mean, nothing else is on. What? Wait a second. Wait a second. Turn that off. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So, okay, let's see if I can manage to do this. Yeah. Still a little bit more to go with the lima beans. All right. But we are here in Fort Stockton, Texas, right off of I-10. We're going to be here for the remainder of the weekend. Hopefully about 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Hopefully I have a load. Who knows where it's going to go or what it's going to be. But other than that, it's just loads have been kind of slow past month or so. Hopefully as we get closer to spring, that'll pick up. But other than that, there's not much I can really do, about it. Just, you just have to, it's kind of a grin and bear it situation. Right. Move that up to the side there. All right. Here we go. Take this. Where's my towel at? I'm going to do my other. There's my towel. No, that's not my towel. What did you do with it? All right. Well, we'll set that on this towel. There we go. Okay. So we are going to get our lima beans out of here. There. I said, in the just in a regular kitchen, you want to be careful when moving boiling hot things around. And when you have no space in a truck, it becomes even more, you really got to pay attention a little bit more. Let me go ahead and turn that off for a second. Because that's annoying. And you see how hot that is? I'm gonna drain these off pretty good, as good as I can. I am not throwing this water out. As of yet. Wish I had a better ladle that fit this pot, but you can only do what you can do. Right. So we're just gonna get them lima beans out, set the pot off to the side. We're gonna plug our panini maker in. We get the chicken all cooked up. And then once we get the chicken cooked, we can finish up with the pasta. Then we can simply chow down. Yeah, 1 or 2 left isn't going to matter. All right. So I'm going to set that right there. Move the lima beans out the way. All right. This is just going right on the floor right here. All right, that's cool enough. I can set that there. Now, the bad part about the design of this particular hot plate, it gets hot on the outside as well. It's not a cool touch type of vibe. Ralph, how you doing, Ralph? Ain't seen you for a bit. How you doing, sir? I do need to get a slotted spoon. Thanks, Rudy. I don't know what I'd do without you. Then we're going to set that right on the floor there. We're going to put the pot of hot water right on top of that. Put that out the way there. There we go. There are many things I still need. Well, maybe not necessarily need, but want for the truck. All right. We're going to stick that up out the way. All right. Time to cook our chicken. We got our panini maker here. Get this bad boy plugged in. All right. Yep. Here we go. All right, let me see. There, plug that in. Turn that on. Why is that not turning on? All right, now the inverter is not wanting to work. Well, let's see if we can reset this bad boy. Let's see if that works. All right, well, and it looks like dinner may be screwed up. Here we go. There we go. All right. Thank God. Dinner was almost screwed up. Just what I needed. All right. And it's going to beep until I find out what's wrong with it. Pardon me. Okay. So that's heating up. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can finish this dinner. All right. So while that gets hot, when that light goes off right there, that little green light goes off, then we are fully ready. Pardon me. So we got a cup full of lima beans. We're gonna mash these up. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it. Now, this isn't going to be a smooth paste like with the mashed potatoes some people like. Because these lima beans have their little outer skins on them, it'll be a little bit chunky. But that's what makes them good. All right, so now we need a touch of butter. What did I do with my knife? I guess I'll put my knife away. All right. Well, that's a lot of crap. Well, that's not going to work, unfortunately. The inverter decided it wanted to give up the ghost. What are you going to do? So the chicken is off the menu. Bummer. I don't know what's wrong with it. I have to have it checked out. But that's life. That sucks. But ain't a dang thing I can do about it. All right. All right, let's move this aside there. Well. Things happen, and you can't always control them. We'll have to, we're going to put the chicken, since it's pretty much cooked, you know, there's no real problems, but get the chicken into a bag here, Ziploc bag, little vacuum bag. Get the air out of it. Well, that kind of sucks. All right. So put that up in the freezer. Flash freeze that bad boy there. That was not exactly on the agenda for the night, but whatever. So tonight we are having a little bit of pasta. Yep, gotta get a little bit of Parmesan. We'll stir that up. Gonna get a little bit of butter here into our beans, and that's going to be dinner. I have looked at the butane. I do not want the butane. I'm going to get me a regular Coleman propane tanks. I like the propane better than the butane. I think it cooks a little bit better. I think you get better temperature with that. And I have been looking at that. I will not use that inside the truck. I won't use that outside the truck. But I am looking into doing that. I'm going to give me like a 3-burner or 4-burner Coleman stove. You know, that looks like a suitcase. And I'll do that. Oh, well. You know, this. So we're going to get our pasta stirred up here a little bit. All right. Pasta's done. We're getting our creamy now, it may not look appetizing to you, but there's our mashed lima beans. A little bit of butter on them. So much for the pasta sauce on the chicken. All right. Our wine selection for the night is a 2020 Powerade Zero Fruit Punch. Hopefully you like it. You got to pair your meal properly with your drinks. Oh, well. So we got a few dishes to clean. Panini maker, doesn't have to be cleaned. A pot, a pan, ladle, chopsticks, spatula, tongs, a couple of plates, a couple of coffee cups. This is dinner. A little bit of bow tie pasta, a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it, and some mashed lima beans. The inverter decided it wanted to not exactly work properly, but that's life. Things happen and things break, and I'm not going to cry about it. I mean, it's one of the things that it's going to happen, and you just got to pardon me, just got to deal with it. So we're going to eat our 2/3 of our dinner. And you'd be surprised how much lima beans can actually taste like mashed potato. So a little bit of mashed lima beans, a little bit of pasta. Chicken was kind of a flop, not because I couldn't get to it, not because I did something wrong. The inverter decided it didn't want to work. And we are left with 2/3 of a meal. And those are not completely done. The pasta wasn't completely done for what I wanted to do. All right. For all you truck drivers in here, Swift obviously does not know how to turn into a spot. He's in the center lane, backing up on the road. Way to go, Swift. You are proving the stereotype. Well, and Rudy, it's not a matter of will they let me. As long as I don't burn the truck down, I think they were pretty okay with it. So, but like I said, I'm going to get a Coleman stove with the propane. I like propane better than I like butane. Butane it's a little more volatile than the Coleman, the green Coleman bottles that you can use for a lantern, you can use for a camp stove, whatnot. But I just like it better. I've had both. When I was homeless for a little while, the Coleman stove, the Coleman bottles were a lot cheaper, and they lasted longer, and they were just a little bit safer. So, I prefer that. So, not exactly a top-notch results for the night for cooking. Pardon me. But, things happen. I just have to have that looked at. So, unfortunately, if this problem persists tomorrow, I will not be cooking breakfast in the truck. I'll not be making my dinner tomorrow in the truck. I'll have to go in here or order something through DoorDash. There's a Burger King up the road here a little bit on the other side of I-10, but I really don't want to do that. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So I have pickles in there. I can easily get a salad here from the Pot of Flying J. So at least they'll be somewhat healthy. Excuse me. Somewhat healthy and affordable. I mean, a salad from the Pot of Flying J, I can get one for $5. I have cheese. I have Parmesan cheese. I have some, I can doctor it up a little bit to make it a little bit more nutritious, a little more hearty, a little more filling. But, I will send a message to my driver manager and to the shop saying, hey, my inverter is not working properly. I don't want to be spending $30 a day to eat here at a restaurant, fast food joint, a restaurant, when I can eat for $3 in my truck and eat precisely what I'm doing. This meal here, less than $3. If I was able to actually have made it all. So 1 chicken thigh out of 4. The package was $5 and 20 something cents. I get 26 cents, I think it was. I say so $5.25 divided by 4. So that's $1. $1.25. Say $1.40 for a chicken thigh. The amount of pasta, water, and Parmesan cheese for my pasta here, 15 cents. The lima beans, 25 cents. The butter, less than a nickel for the butter. Salt, pepper, spices, all those combined, the amount that I used, my meal was under $3. So, where can you go at any restaurant and get a meal that you want for $3? You can't. I mean, you have a soup kitchen, which is free. But if you don't need a soup kitchen, you don't need help with that because you're homeless or whatnot, you're not going to eat there anyway. I mean, even the church social, you're going to spend, $10, $15 at a church social. So, there's not a lot that makes me think that eating out at the restaurant is much better than cooking it in my truck. When I can make precisely what I want, how it tastes, I'm a winner with that, Except when the inverter breaks, But I'll fire the truck up. I'm gonna run the engine for a little bit. I'll see if the inverter, corrects itself. It may have gotten hot. Who knows what? Maybe I got a little bit of airflow issue underneath the bunk. I'll figure it out. Oh, great! My protection is leaving. Oh well. And that Kenworth W900 I pulled in next to, he's just pulling out and leaving. Here it is, 6:20 at night? I guess he likes driving at night, I guess his cat is always awake in the middle of the night. He might as well be driving at night too. But, that's... He had a nice Kenworth W900, dark brown with a white Sedona pattern on it. He's got the high rise. He don't have the studio sleeper, but he's got the high rise. He's pulling a 48-foot flatbed, where I'm pulling a 48-foot step deck. Oh, pardon me. But he was out there blocking people from hitting me. So now I'm in danger of getting hit all night. Fun. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and let this one end. A little bit shorter than my normal lives on the weekend, but I'm catching a cold, it appears. So I don't think you hear me blowing my nose and being snotty. So I'll let everybody go for the night. Just say thank you and God bless to every one of you. I hope your new year goes nice and smooth. Mine's starting off with a bang with a bad inverter. So Rudy, thank you. Ralph, Mike from Trucking in Wyoming, thank you very much. Geek Family, Kiana, Nathaniel, thank you very much. TJ, thank you very much. Mr. Douse. Black Girl, thank you for coming in. Steven. Who else came in here? Bully's Life, thank you very much. So, like I said, thank you all for joining me. Sorry, dinner wasn't wasn't totally done, but out of my hands. So until tomorrow, hopefully I'll have the inverters be working fine tomorrow. Maybe we can make a dinner then. I have no plans for anything. If not, I'll see what I can do as far as maybe like a salad type meal. What I have on the truck and what I can cobble together from inside with a salad and some other ingredients I can pick up in there, and what I'm actually able to do on the truck. But we'll see you tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern time. So thank you all much. God bless and have a good night. Thank you very much.